I would say like looking at this, I see standout players like TT1 and
yeah, welcome to the second match of the day, where we have Germany against Russia in the round of 32, which is a pretty good matchup. I think Russia being kind of a landmine in the 24th seed, definitely one of the toughest matchups to get as a fairly high-seeded team. And I'll be commentating this, me Vordi, along with Damarsh.
Hello everybody. Yes, I am back. Can't believe I'm doing it twice, but here we are. No, this is gonna be a good one, I think. I'm looking at both these sides, and it's hard to say which one could come out on top. I think both have their strengths. I think it depends on how the map and ban phase goes and what comes up and who plays what, really, because there's potential on both sides for a solid victory as well as a close matchup.
Yeah, I think Germany coming into this tournament, I saw in a lot of the predictions, was seen as one of the favorites to, top 3, maybe even win the tournament. But this is a realistic round of 32 matchup where a win is not at all guaranteed. I think they have to stay vigilant and take this match very seriously. And speaking of the bans, I'm not quite sure what Germany is going to ban in this case. But I can almost confirm that Russia will most likely ban one of the Hard Rocks, considering Germany had the best overall Hard Rock performance, getting number 2 on both Hard Rock maps. So I expect to see one of those Hard Rocks banned out from the side of Russia. I'm not too sure what Germany's going to go for here.
Yeah, I mean it's understandable with the Hard Rock bans that you're gonna want to see some bans on the Hard Rock, but I think in terms of what Russia's strong on, I definitely think taking out the hidden, at least one of them, is gonna force them to play a bit more around Germany's strengths. That's what I'd certainly target. I think leaving hidden open, even though Germany's a very good hidden roster, I think leaving it too open might give Russia a few more points than Germany need to, really.
Yeah, I agree, especially with Markram on the Russian team being a force to be reckoned with on the hidden mod pool. Maybe Germany would ban Hidden 1, just because they had a really solid Hidden 2 performance, and the difficulty of the Hidden 2 this week isn't at a difficulty yet where you can get one-man carries. I think it's going to take a team effort. So if they're going to ban a Hidden, maybe ban the Hidden 1. It is a test of that Hidden consistency, but otherwise, to go for something else. They did have No Mod 1 as their worst qualified performance, but, that could have just been a rough playthrough of the map. Not too sure they're actually weak at that skill set.
That's the thing. You can apply that logic to almost anything in this map, into the qualifier pool. It could have just been players not performing on the day, maybe not having the entire roster there. There's so many factors that go into your resulting qualifier, and it does. That's why you sometimes have unbalanced seeds like this, for example, where I don't think Russia really showed everything they're capable of. And Germany as well, I think people will say that they could have done better. But these are the seeds that we're with, and now we just have to wait and see what the picks of battle will be.
The ban from Germany should be coming out soon. They do have first ban. Guess they're not completely decided, which is fair. There's no clear-cut choice. I think overall the pool is actually fairly balanced in terms of difficulty.
Yeah, I mean the pool it's the one thing I can definitely say, it's definitely on the shorter sides in terms of what I've seen. A lot of mixing of less than 2 minutes and 2-minute maps, which I think is fine early round. You know, a lot of these maps go quite rapidly, and once you actually get things started, get through these maps really quickly. But there are a couple of long maps in there, so it's not that it's favored towards shorter maps. But it is something to think about, that you've got a lot more maps with lower lengths, and therefore, you know, sometimes spiky parts almost.
Yeah, and very interesting bans. Germany bans out No Mod 2, a finger, like not even necessarily a stamina or flow map, more like finger control and lots of doubles, lots of triples to aim. But then Russia responds with not what I thought they were going to go for, which is the Hard Rocks. They go for DT2, which is also a tapping map, but more so focused on speed. So leaving both Hard Rocks open. Maybe by that, Russia is saying they're actually not, they're ready to play those maps. They're not inconfident on them. But we're hearing Hard Rock 2, so they pick that? Not quite sure yet.
As far as I know, they've not selected a map yet.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting on that. What we can... I am trying to work it out where the No Mod 2 has come from Germany, but they did take a long time to pick their ban, whereas Russia were very much on what they had decided going forward. So I definitely think it's more of a scouted pick. The one thing you can say about the DT2 scores is that they were very close between the two in qualifiers, but the scores weren't terribly high across DT2 for every team, so it could be that this map is very different from qualifiers.
Yeah, I think this DT2 in the round of 32 pool is a lot more focused on just pure speed, while the qualifiers had a bit of speed, but a lot of reading, a lot of aim. It's a pretty difficult map to be consistent on. But Russia goes for the free mod 2 pick. Now, talking about some of the shorter maps you mentioned in the pool, this is definitely one of them. And I would say it's a pretty high variance map, a difficult map to be very consistent on with high combos, unless you're very comfortable at a skill set. It's an alt style map with a couple of div spikes, so interesting to see what people go for. I think you have to go 2 mods in the free mod pool, 2 unique mods on 2 individual players. I heavily expect to see Markram on Hidden to the side of Russia, and maybe Rundy going Hard Rock on Germany, something like that.
I mean, I think the thing is with this map, I've noticed a lot of people at this stage are not afraid to slap on Hidden and Hard Rock to make the map comfortable, really, because then it becomes a high approach rate Hidden map. So you might even see some of that, especially from a team who isn't as comfortable on this map. Maybe the ones that didn't pick it. So you might see some overmodding in that respect, but yeah, I think the Hidden player, as well as the No-Mod player, if they're going with one, is key for this map, because it just requires, like you said, the consistency to get all the way through. And then I think the supporting players really just need to try and see if they can get a big combo to support the Hidden and No-Mod players. Really, those are the key areas I think they both sides be focusing on.
Yeah, it looks like we see a little bit of overmodding. We have a double Hard Rock on the side of Germany. I think this is one of those maps where if you're a very comfortable Hard Rock player, you might actually be more comfortable with the Hard Rock. It's a pretty large circle size map. But we do see a few early breaks from Sidefrost and Rizoa.
The No-Mod's got a lot of density to it. You gotta be careful of. Said some early breaks, but otherwise, you're going to be finding a break there for Germany. Suzaha and Rundy are down, but it's still Russia favored at this stage.
Yeah, I think at this point everybody on the side of Germany has broken, but Sidefrost and Reserve have recovered. But Russia is still 3-way FCing, and Markram's on an SS, but no, never mind, he breaks right as I say that. that leaves it pretty even. I think if Germany can recover their combos, they have a chance going into this ending. But it's the accuracies. You can see Rizoa on a 91%. This is not an easy map to act with Hard Rock. Here we are into the difficult part. Break from Handsome, matched by Semi. And Wanderer is now the only FC remaining.
But you've got some big combos from Germany here. Rizoa and Zyfrost trying to pull it back. Grundy as well, but Suzuha and Wanderer holding the line. Not going to be able to make up the difference in time. Nothing left of this map. It's going to be a Russia victory on this one. Oh, that break at the end.
Oh, no. Missing the FC by just a hair, but Russia taking their first pick. I think that win was decided mostly by accuracy. I think if they had dropped the accuracy at some point in the map, it might have swung to the side of Germany. But Rizoa not being super comfortable on the Hard Rock, which is fair. This is not an easy map at all to act with Hard Rock. Maybe making the difference. But it is Russia's pick, so to be expected for them to win that.
Oh dear. Yeah, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. There's nothing to see here, folks. Carry on scrolling.
Now, going into Germany's first pick, I still expect at some point for them to lean into the Hard Rock pool. But definitely some other options they can go for. Considering the DT2 ban from Russia, I mean, maybe you could lean into the free mod 1. But no, they go for the Hard Rock 2, as expected for a team that performed the best in Hard Rock in the qualifiers. And this Hard Rock 2 is interesting because I think overall this pool is easier than the qualifiers pool. This Hard Rock 2 might be around the same, arguably slightly harder, honestly. It's a similar kind of low-ish BPM Hard Rock with some cut streams like you saw in the qualifiers, but maybe a little bit more consistent, a few more tricks that you can miss on. Definitely more cut stream aim. Something that you have to be really comfortable on 6.5 to be able to play.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Mothership, you're talking about good old-fashioned 2012 mapping. You know, a lot more sort of linear style than I think a lot of players are used to nowadays, which when you slap Hard Rock on it, just makes it kind of brutal at times. Especially like aim elements wise. This will be tough, I think. I'm out of all of the maps I see in this round of 32 pool, this is one of the ones I'm not expecting many FCs on. I'm not expecting massive team scores, just because I think it's a very hard map to consistently FC. Even with the shortness of the map, it's just not easy.
Yeah, I can completely agree. This is the kind of map you can definitely get some FCs on in practice, but in a lobby with any amounts of nerves, you just have a tiny bit of pen shake off of one of those cut streams, and that's your combo gone. So definitely the kind of map you don't expect to see that many FCs in an actual match. But Germany is the team that would be capable of doing it.
So it looks like we're still waiting for a fourth on the Russian side. There we are.
I think this lineup from Germany, Rizoa, Zyfrost, Fiox, Grundy, is probably what you're going to see on every single Hard Rock pick for the rest of the tournament for Team Germany.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for them in the qualifiers. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If we look at the Russian rosters, This was exactly what they went with on their Hard Rock 2. This is their precision lineup. So both teams not really making any substitutions.
Despite this being Germany favored, it's a short 6.5. If there's any kind of map that could lead to an upset, it's this one. We'll have to see if Russia can pull up an upset on this pick.
Yeah, for sure. Early break, though, from Handsome. Zyfrost, though, going to be late trading it, but Handsome going to be firing right back with another miss. So Germany holds the line. Rundy coming down, though, with a break.
Rundy getting a few misses, maybe feeling the nerves. Combo is currently favored to Russia, and we're entering the halfway, but Ziegel gets a miss on those 1/3.
So how to play also going down. It's Shiox versus Nitro. Wonderful combos. Actually, the supporting combos that's going to be doing a lot of work here. Zagul dropping again. Quarter of the map left. This is close.
Yeah, this is a single drop combo from Russia or Germany could flip it to the other side. Germany currently has a slight advantage, though, just due to the supporting combos. Nitro's ACK on that FC is slightly better than Shiox's.
Slower down, big drop, but Germany's got the supporting combos to make the difference here, but a big drop at the end might shift things. But it's Nitro goes down instead. Shiox does drop, but it's too late for Russia. Nothing can be done. Germany will hold on.
Wow, the recovery on the combos on the side of Germany were enough to keep that in their favor, but honestly a very close pick. A lot closer than I expected. Zyfrost with the unfortunate side break. Yeah, I think that's the type of map. I think you could literally see the nerves. Like, you can see the shake at 6.5. I think you could see it both on Nitro and Shiox. On those FCs, so difficult to keep your nerves in control when you have to be so precise.
Yeah, the precision requirement really shows the nerve control of some players, but then you look at some of them and they're absolutely fine on stuff like this, and it just goes to show the level of ability on both sides, really, to play something in a tense situation when most players would buckle. But we go back over to Russia for their next pick.
Yeah, and 3-2. I mean, so far both of these maps have been pretty close, showing just how evenly matched these two teams are right now. I think if you're going for something similar to Free Mod 2, I mean, if you want to go in the alt direction, you could maybe go No Mod 3, DT3, but those are still pretty different types of maps. Oh, and they go for Hidden 2. So this is an interesting one. I think this is a kind of map both teams can play really well. Germany had a very solid Hidden 2 performance, I believe better than Russia's. Yes, better than Russia's, but this is also something Russia can play, and this map, in terms of pure mechanics, is definitely quite a step easier than the Hidden 2 in qualifiers, but it's a lot more challenging in terms of reading, lots of perfect stacks, lots of weird rhythms. I think if you're really, really practiced on it as a team, you can get some really high team scores.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with this map is it's very different mapping style from the Hidden 2 in qualifiers. Qualifiers is like the Star Road Kirby traditional style, whereas you've got something a bit more, I want to say modern with this map. So it's difficult, but it's in a different way. And you know, you're not having to deal with the smaller circle size of the Hidden 2, the awkward timing of the song. There's just a lot more that favors comfortable reading in this matchup. And again, it could go either way because it's not really something we can take a lot of info from. In terms of the qualifiers, both teams had decent results. So it's really going to come down to, you know, overall who has the better sort of reading team. And that's hard to say at this stage.
Yeah, I think who has the better reading team, who has the team who had 4 players who bothered to memorize some of these patterns. Because I think even if you're a really strong hidden 2 player, if you haven't put in at least a few attempts on this map, you're going to probably misread a stack. And I think that'll be pretty evident when we get into the map to see who did their homework.
So it looks like it's going to be the same lineups on both sides from the qualifiers for both teams. So they're sticking to their roles, if you will, within their teams.
Early drop from Wanderer and Handsome. See everybody on Germany getting through those squares. Oh no, never mind. I spoke too soon. Kokona dropping on one of them. I think that's probably one of the hardest pure mechanical parts of the map, and now we're getting into some of the reading elements. Lots of these sliders are doubles, perfectly stacked, so they're pretty brutal to play.
And Markram is doing the work for his team, trying to hold on with the ONIFC for his side, but he's up against 3 from Germany halfway through this map.
It's another break from Wanderer. Miss from Ziegel, traded by Shiox.
We get into the really tricky section. Don't want to over-aim any of this. Wanderer and Kokona will be finding breaks here. Will anyone else drop before we get to the last quarter of the map? No, it looks all good for Germany.
I think if Russia wants to take this pick, we need to see a miss from Alhoff or Semi. But we're just not seeing it. Those players looking so comfortable. We do see a few drops on that ending pattern, but that'll still be enough from Team Germany to take that breakpoint. Markram getting overall the highest score in the lobby, but not being enough, unfortunately. I think that's one of those picks where it is Russia's strength, but it's also something Germany could clearly play pretty well.
Yeah, they've got the versatility of the roster, and it's, you know, it's a lower difficulty. I think it plays into both teams' strengths, but it's Germany that's won out on the day. I mean, still good scores, really, from Russia. It's not like they played poorly in any way. It's just, overall, Germany had the better run in that instance, but it does open the door for them with a breakpoint.
Yeah, and with that early breakpoint, you can get a nice mental boost, a bit of a confidence boost, and they go for free mod 1, which, considering the DT2 ban, is completely fair. And honestly, I think this free mod 1 is more comparable to the qualifiers no mod 2 than this round of 32 no mod 2, but obviously a lot more stamina heavy. Basically just a tapping check map.
Yeah, and it's definitely something that I think Germany are known for, it's quite mechanical. Russia might struggle on this, but they also might excel. You know, with the unique mod players that they have. Some good all-rounded plays from Russia could see them through. But with this point, it's going to be tough. Germany are going to feel confident on this. Like you said, tapping focus. It's something they're going to play heavily into, I think. So they want to pick up this win. If Russia can stop them here before Germany picks up too much momentum, it's really going to boost their mental. So we'll see if they're capable.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see the mod matchups. You obviously need at least one hard rock and one hidden or easy. In a map like this, a lot harder to get good ack on if you're on that hard rock. Maybe easier to get a silly break if you're on that hidden. I think it'll also be up to the mod players to make the difference. I think if you're a very confident tapping player, no mod, it's 9.6, it's not too dense. You should be fine. See Rundi and Suzuha on the hard rocks for the respective teams, and Vid and Markram for the hiddens. See a few early breaks from Rundi and Markram. Maybe not feeling too warm right off the start.
Yeah, it's a big adjustment from what they've been playing, so it's understandable there's a bit of a adjustment issue.
Well, we can see on the side of Russia, you have Suzuha, Netnas, and Handsome all looking really strong. And Zeitfrost and Vid are the only two players on Germany with actually good accuracy. So off the start, Russia does have the advantage.
But we still have quite a long way to go in this one. A lot can change at any second.
Yeah, this is quite a long one, and I believe the hardest stamina and the most flowy sections are around the middle. So that is where breaks will matter a lot. The team that can get through that section the least scathed will be looking good to take this pick.
I think it was it Suzuha there who just had a massive act drop and really just closed the gap between Handsome as well.
A break from Markram.
The first to fall, the captain is down. Can his crewmates keep the ship afloat? Only time will tell.
Rundi at this point has completely recovered from his early drop. So they're very close to a foray right now, especially when you consider the Hard Rock is a modded FC. Well, not an FC, but, you know, recovery. And if Germany doesn't break soon, almost through the halfway point, Russia's going to have basically no chance to take it back this pick.
This is where fatigue will start to set in on both tapping and on aim. It's all been quite intensive. We see it Vid. Sanya as well, trading it up, but that still favors Germany at this stage.
Indeed it does. And that's a break from Handsome. That is going to put it heavily into Germany's favor. At this point, they just need to hold on for a little bit longer to secure this pick. There's the break. Everybody gets to see the leaderboards.
They know that they should be mostly clear at this stage. Suzuha doing everything they can to hold on for the team. Markham is down, though. It's not going well now for Russia. It's falling apart. The latter half of the map.
Basically, only Suzuha with, honestly, a very impressive score. Currently, F-Sing with 97% on Hard Rock is not easy to do at all, but will not be enough. Right near the end. A very solid score from Germany. Taking that pick by quite a margin. Frost with the 98.85% on no mod. Very solid accuracy. And I think with that pick, it's pretty much all the tapping abuse gone from the pool. Can't think of anything else that would fall under that category that's left.
Yeah, that nicheness has been brushed under the rug for this match. But Russia now, looking at what they've got left, not really. I don't really have a strategy for them in terms of what they go with. Would they play hidden? Do they finally have to dip into no mod? A little bit.
You know, that no mod pool is definitely the weakest overall pool from Germany. So maybe you can go into that. No mod 1 was one of the maps Russia had an advantage on in qualifiers. I think it's still a bit of a coin flip type map, being pretty diff spike heavy and being a skill set. Generally, you're going to find 4 players on many teams who can play this kind of no mod 1. But when you're back against the wall, it's 3-1. Maybe you want to go for that kind of risky pick and just hope it works out.
Yeah, I think they're spending more time here moaning about 3 mod 1 than they are about picking their next map.
They stick to the hidden strength of the team and go for hidden 1, which I think is fair. This is more of a conventional mechanics type map, 250 BPM, AR 9.5. Just basically hidden aim. I think if you're very comfortable reading hidden, this should just kind of feel like a relatively comfortable aim map, but the difficulty here is the density. If you're not a super comfortable hidden player, 250 BPM hidden can be pretty brutal to read. You get a lot of silly misses.
Yeah, good old Val 0108 mapping. If you've ever played one of his maps, you know exactly what they're in for with this sort of thing. It's just very linear and it's hard. It's very tricky stuff to do consistently. Even though it's only a 5.86 map, never underestimate a Val map.
And it's definitely one of those maps where you can kind of just miss on anything.
Yeah, it is also very true. Val maps are very much, they've been picked a lot for tournaments over the years. I'd say for good reason, but not always. This is a good one though.
Yeah, and for Russia's sake, hopefully they take this pick. They need it to get back into this match. Recover that earlier breakpoint.
Tell you what though, if there's ever been a Markram map, this has got to be up there.
Yeah. See an early break from Wanderer, and we can see Vid being the only player, I believe, to single tap this map. Respect. If you're a comfortable speed player, this can borderline feel like a DT1 if you single tap it. And another break from Handsome, another break from Russia is going to be a pretty big advantage to Germany early into this map.
Yeah, Russia not having the best run right now. Nitro and Markram are up there. So Markram looks like he broke right at the beginning of the map. We'll call it an FC. Yeah, honorary FC. But Germany still holding incredibly well.
Yeah, four-way leading through the halfway point of the map. This shows the consistency. And that's Markram and Handsome gone. It's only Nitro left with an FC on Russia. And honestly, at this point, other than a miracle happening, Sheox does break, but still 3 FCs to 1. It's so Germany favored at this point.
That's tragic. Markram, my boy.
Another break from Germany. It's now 2-1. It's a little bit closer, but it's still such a big deficit Russia has to cover. I think other than Vid and Semi breaking like right now.
Yeah, 400k is kind of too much to clamber back without good supporting combos, which Russia just doesn't have right now. Regardless of the 2 breaks from Germany that Russia would need, and they're not going to happen.
Maybe an underperformance from Russia on a map like this, and Germany will be taking this second break point.
Nitro will not be able to hold on for Russia. And Germany are going to see themselves through to an ever so lovely 4-1 lead.
Yeah, 4-1 lead going into their pick. And I think considering how the Hard Rock 2 went, I mean, the Hard Rock 2 was actually pretty close, so maybe Hard Rock 1 isn't the go. Could have still been a underperformance from them, though, if they're still comfortable on the Hard Rock, which, given their qualifier score, they definitely are.
God, no mod 3 might be the play right now.
No mod 3.
It definitely isn't, but we all want it to be.
Yeah, those nice storyboarded hit sounds that I can tell people absolutely love playing.
The question is, will Germany bite? Will they give in to popular demand? They will not. They will not.
They go for that DT1, just mechanics, pure basic mechanics, which I think is the strong suit of Germany this match. And I think this DT1, I guess what makes it a little bit different from the qualifiers is it's a lot less speed heavy. Really no streams, a couple of bursts, but A lot more comfortable for aim players who aren't as strong on speed, and it's also AR 9.8 instead of 10.3. Will make it easier to read for some players.
Yeah, this DT1, it's something that feels so comfortable for a lot of players that when you don't get an FC on it, you kind of feel upset. It's very bad mentally if you lose this map. Because I think every player who will go in for this will feel like they should FC it.
Yeah. Is it one of those kinds of maps? I think other than like one slider jump section, yeah, it is pretty comfortable. Definitely the kind of map you want to be aiming to FC in match. Russia has to take this point if they want to stay in the match. It's definitely doable. I think this is the kind of map every player here will be able to play this. It just comes down to how they're feeling in this moment. Early break from Azoa with a few axe drops, but Russia looking super comfortable right now in this intro. Early break from Vid. So it will be Russia favored through this intro, but there's one little pattern I wonder if anyone's gonna break on. It's like a stack into a slider that can be misread. Okay, nobody misreads it, thank goodness. Break from Azoa traded by Suzuha, so it is now only slightly Russia favored with a smaller combo from Vid.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, like I said, I think if this downward trend continues for Germany, Rizzo are finding another break there. We are looking at it's going to be a very unfortunate map to recover from. Mentally, I think. But both sides, Rizzo are just really struggling now. Can't build it back up.
Rizzoa, yeah, not looking comfortable at all, especially with the accuracy as well. Russia still needs to hold. They have a pretty big advantage, but if a few players drop on the side of Team Russia, Germany can still take it back. They cannot relax. And getting into the slider jump section, and Rundi being the one to drop on the side of Germany. Now it's just Russia to take this pick away. They just need to hold on for a little bit longer.
I think this is really gonna hurt Germany's mental right now. That is really unfortunate. Like, you can see all of them high accuracy, good combos for the most part, but at the same time, it's just they'll look at Russia's score and going, "That's what we should be getting."
And Russia with a 4.2 million, pretty good scoreline, honestly. 2 FCs, one very almost FC, and a very good supporting score. But yeah, maybe Germany just not having that comfortable fourth player for the map making the difference. As you said, that this is definitely a mental hit on the side of Germany. But they still have quite an advantage, a 4-2 advantage. It is Russia's pick, but as long as they keep their mental in check, I think they should still be fine. This will give Russia the breathing room they need.
Yeah, it gives them another point to try and do something. But they're again, they're in that similar boat of I don't know what they go for here. I'm really stumped as to maybe what they pick. Free mods 3, I think, is still open.
Yeah, you have mod 3.
TT3 perhaps, but still.
I would say free mod 3 is the kind of map you're going to mostly have no mod players, but it's also a map where Germany could just overmod Hard Rock and play it like a Hard Rock pick and try to win that way. But at the same time, they're also a team who's really comfortable with low AR, as we could see from Germany winning the Hidden 2. But they go for no mod 4, which is like a consistency aim tech map. And I guess considering Germany's underperformance on no mod 1 in qualifiers, this is a fair pick. And I do say no mod 1 because this map plays a lot like an aim map than a tech map. There's lots of sliders, but you don't necessarily have to follow them. You kind of just have to hit the start to keep your combo.
And this is the situation that Russia finds themselves in. To dip into the no mod pool, which is the first time I think I've seen a team dip into it, really. Definitely not wanting to. Both teams have made it very clear that they do not want to touch the no mod pool just yet. So I think for Russia to go into it indicates that they've got nothing else left. From the mod categories. They're not comfortable on DT3. Germany is probably going to pick Hard Rock 1 for their last map. And I think free mod 3 is probably just too much of a gamble.
Yeah, I agree that no mod 3 is very short and has a few div spikes, so even if you're a very comfortable no mod 3 team, that is not necessarily the kind of map you want to be picking. And yeah, DT3 is one of those maps. I think if Russia was feeling really good on it, they probably would have picked it by now. It's the kind of map where some people will be really comfortable on it and be able to read that 10.3, and some people just will not be able to play it that well. Yeah, this no mod 4, yeah, it's kind of point flippy. I just want to be holding those big combos. But at the same time, it's very easy to break on just any space double, any random slider.
Yeah, so we're about to drop in 2 potential maps, or 2 map picks, I should say, left. 3 potential maps to be played if a tiebreaker is needed. But it's going to come down to Russia. On this mod 4, what have they got in the tank? But I think the strategy here for Germany is to not worry about the result of this map. You know, Hard Rock 1 should be their focus, which is what I assume they're going to go for their final pick. But their map pick is what they should be focused on, not trying to hold this map down.
Yeah, but still definitely easier if they can get the breakpoint now. Have to play for a potential tiebreaker. So far, both teams looking pretty comfortable. Say that, but I can just feel a drop coming. And yeah, there we are. 2 breaks, 1 on each team to balance it out.
Yeah, so we've still got some good stuff there. Big accuracy drop though for Germany from Semi, as well as a miss. That's really gonna hurt. Handsome will trade. No, he won't. That was a Bancho. Handsome did not drop there.
Another break from Semi. Another miss from Zyfrost. It's currently 2-3 with a supporting combo from How to Play. And give it a big advantage to Russia, and if they can just get through this Ki, it's almost done. Wait, no, it's getting right back into it. Never mind.
The Ox falls. Half versus Russia.
Versus the world, stage. Yeah.
Got no support.
And I was saying how this would kind of be a close coin flip pick, but this is looking very, very solid from Russia right now. That is going to be a break from Wanderer, but Zyfrost and Semi are just not holding an Ahaf drops. That is basically all of the combo gone from Germany. How to Play this drop, but it's still... Actually, never mind, 3 FCs. Wanderer's drop was a Bancho. I think that's a real drop from Nitro. But it's still just... It's over. I think this pick is definitely one from Russia. No combo on the side of Germany to take this back.
Yeah, it's a weird looking coin you're flipping there. Because Russia have come to play on this one, and even with a bit of the map left, there's just, you could do nothing but watch as Russia just storm through, looking for probably 3 million team score out of this. With any luck, Hanson will find a drop though, so it might not be doable now, but Germany have been shut down on Russia's last pick.
I believe that's an FC from Wanderer. I think this is probably one of the hardest maps to get an FC on in the pool. So very, very impressive. See some S ranks on both teams, but yeah, that is a very solid pick from Russia. And I know you mentioned that they were going to go for a Hard Rock 1 pick, which I was kind of feeling as well. But this map, this Nomad 4 is, you know, a slider aim heavy map, and so is Hard Rock 1. And even though it's Hard Rock, which I think will favor Germany, going from losing a slider aim map to picking another map that's pretty heavy on slider aim, albeit in the Hard Rock pool, I'm not sure if they'll necessarily want to do that. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think Wanderer's trying to... oh, he's just remembered Nomad 3 is still available. And so we are looking to Germany to pick from what's left. You've got Fremont 3, DT3, Nomads 1, 3. That's it. 4. Oh, and Hard Rock 1, of course. How could I forget?
Yeah, yeah. And they go for DT3. So, not going that Hard Rock 1 direction, which I think, considering how close the Hard Rock 2 ended up being, and how they just lost the Nomad 4, I think not picking Hard Rock 1 is completely fair. But this DT3 is a whole different type of map. It's high approach rating, 10.3, the highest in the pool. Very short, and it kind of plays like a bit of an alt map, a couple of finger control sections. I think it just kind of comes down to the reading, though. If you're really comfortable reading 10.3, I think this is one of the more comfy maps in the pool. But finding 4 players on your team who can comfortably play a map like this can be challenging. So if Germany has that and Russia doesn't, it's going to be it's going to look pretty good for them.
Yeah, this DT3 it's something we've not really seen these rosters go up against in the from the qualifiers, so kind of going in blind on who's going to be representing their team here and hoping for some big plays. Yeah, I'm just not sure who has really got an advantage here. I think both teams have the potential to do well on a map like this. You know, you're expecting players like Suzuha and Hansen to play this, but for Russia, I'm not sure who Germany kind of goes in for with this. Maybe Rozoa and Cyfrost, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Can imagine some of the Hard Rock players being in for this just because of the high-ish AR comfortability. Maybe somebody is practicing this map in solo right now, stalling out the timer, not sure. See Rozoa coming in as the 4th player for Germany.
So no Zyfrost, but we do see Shiox and Rundy. So to really decide if we're going to a tiebreaker is DT3. The song has looped all the way around now.
Yep.
Waiting to get it started.
And to be fair, I hope this goes to tiebreaker because I think the tiebreaker is awesome. We'll see. Blink and you'll miss it. This map is pretty short, pretty high AR. You're gonna see a lot of act drops. It's not a super comfortable map to get good act on.
I suppose then what really matters is who's going to have the combo drops. That's the end. Gonna be finding the first one. So I would say good news for Germany, but they seem to be Russia seem to be holding on to this despite the drop from Netsnaya.
Yeah, the accuracy on Team Russia is overall just a little bit better. But 2 breaks from Germany was traded by 1 from Russia. But now it's 2-2 with a supporting combo from Netnasanya. And yeah, they just need to hold on a little bit longer. This map isn't too long already through the halfway point. Here's the break. Do not get nervous. Another break from Seahawks.
Wonder is
Traded
down.
by Wanderer.
Yeah, big drops, but Russia's still got 2.
That's Suzuha breaking.
Oh,
That's
tragic.
2 left on Germany. There's not much time left, and I don't think the map really has anything difficult at this point. I think Germany is just going to take this.
They are. How unfortunate if you're Russia. Right at the end.
Oh, a tragic break at the end from Russia, and that's going to do it. Germany's going to take this match 5-3.
That was a very close. I don't even want to imagine what we would have seen had we gone to the tiebreaker. But we won't see it as Germany stop the Russian advance, as Russia drop to the losers bracket. Germany will advance. A lot closer, I think, than they would have wanted, but that's what happens when you go up against Russia in the first round.
Yep.
And we already know that they're going to be facing South Korea in the next round, so it doesn't get any easier for Germany.
And honestly, I think Russia in the losers bracket, considering how close that match was against such a strong team, that is going to be a landmine for anyone that has to go up against them. So good luck to whoever has to verse Russia in losers bracket next week.
You mean Philippines?
Oh yeah, Philippines. Good luck to Philippines.
Good luck, Philippines.
That is not going to be an easy match at all. I'm not sure if the next match is getting streamed.
I think we're still waiting on